Greetings fellow ukuleleans, Jeff Weinberger coming at you with a new ukulele tutorial. I'd like to go over a good old song called Cluck Old Hen. A couple of years back, Lil Rev Grey Star Ukulele Festival here in Belfast, Maine, with a rendition of this. He did it on harmonica, and he did it with some special effects. I won't give away what those special effects were. I'll let you go see him live and check him out. He does some very cool things with harmonica, with banjo, with ukulele, with guitar. He's a great guy. He's a very talented musician. Lil Rev. He's from Wisconsin. And so his version of Cluck Old Hen was very inspirational. It really moved the crowd. But it's a very simple song, so let's learn it. It's basically a fiddle tune. It's used as a fiddle tune, a banjo tune too. It's a very traditional American song. So we have our open C string. And then the next note is E flat. You're going to want to probably grab that on the 3rd fret of your C string. And then we have our open C string again. Now I have a low G ukulele today, so I'm going to be grabbing the B flat note on my G string 3rd fret. You don't have that note if you have a high G ukulele. That's okay. You can do it up an octave. It'll still sound okay. And then we do 2 more C's. And we do E flat. Remember that was on the 3rd fret of our C string. And we climb up that pentatonic scale. We go to F, go to G. F, by the way, was on the 1st fret. G was on the 3rd. Then I like to pull off from G back to F, from the 3rd fret on the E string back to the 1st fret on the E string. I just like to pull it off, but you can pick them both if you want. It's all good. And then we have that E flat note again on the 3rd fret of our C string. There's E flat. And just return to C. So that's the first phrase. Of course, I'll be tabbing this out for you, so if you didn't catch all that, you can download the tab from Patreon, which I will leave a link to down below, and you can go there and get a handy-dandy little tab of this, and it'll all make sense if you didn't catch my verbal explanation or watch my fingers doing it. So there's a little pickup note at the end of that if you want. It's optional. You don't have to do it, but a lot of performers throw an extra B flat in there at the end like this. That boom, that's a lead-in note to go back to the beginning of the song. Like I said, you don't have to, but it's kind of nice to do it in that traditional way. So that's line A. That's like the first line of the song, and that gets repeated. People usually perform this roughly the same, although there are some different versions. Folk music does get passed down from generation to generation and changes over the years, but in general, people perform this song by repeating the first line twice and then repeating the second line twice. Second line goes like this, or part B of the song, if you will. You go up high and you do a G note on the 3rd fret of your E string, and you do a C note on the 3rd fret of your A string. 2 notes on the same fret, different strings. I like to roll. I like to roll my middle finger like that, see? So I'm not playing the note and lifting my finger and playing the next note. I'm taking my finger and rolling it like that. It's so much smoother and easier. We'll go back to B flat on the 1st fret of our A string, and then return to C on the 3rd fret of our A string to give us. That's a fairly easy phrase. That little finger roll, it makes it real easy. That's almost like Mama's Little Baby, like shortening, but in a more minor modal key, not the major key that Mama's Little Baby is in. So, but then we repeat the original phrase of the song, which was, that's the second measure of the A part. It's the same. The second measure of the B part is the same as the A part. So, keep that part the same. Again, the beginning of the B part. G, C, B flat, C. G, C, B flat. I'm reading music. I'm looking at the notes that I had scribbled down. But I, of course, will give you tab for this, so you don't have to worry about not reading music. But if you didn't catch the names of the notes, if that didn't make sense, again, 3rd fret of your E string, 3rd fret of your A string, 1st fret of your A string, and then 3rd fret of your A string. So that gives you, that's a little scale basically. This is built off the pentatonic scale, which is a fundamental scale, elemental scale in our Western music system, but it's also pretty big over there in Asia, big in Japan. You've got a lot of Asian music that's derived from the pentatonic scale. African music, some African music leans heavy on the pentatonic scale. It's an essential scale. I'm sure you all know the sound of it. We wouldn't have rock and roll and we wouldn't have blues without that scale. That's super important. And we wouldn't have American folk music like this for the most part. Alright, so I gave you the first 4 notes. And then to finish up that measure and to finish up this video, we simply play the 3rd fret of our E string, 3rd fret of our A string, and the 1st fret of our A string. Put that together and you get a nice little 3-note melody. It only uses 3 notes. So there you have it, everybody. Cluck Old Hens. Pretty easy song. It's not too terribly hard, and it's a simple American folk song that we can all learn. It's a great one to jam on. It's a great one to play if you have a solo concert to do. You can easily put this together in an afternoon and play it that evening. But I will, of course, again, tell you about the tab that I'm going to have that you link to down below. And that'll take you to Patreon, where you can download the tab to this song and many, many, many others and all kinds of stuff. Alright, fellow ukuleleans, you take care, and be sure to subscribe, be sure to like, and be sure to click the notify bell, and visit me on Patreon. Bye-bye.